Hello everyone, I am Giselle Tejano, and for today's video, let's talk about the brief history of science and technology here in the Philippines. Brief history of science and technology here in the Philippines. Philippine science and technology. Philippine science and technology has a long story. It started before Spain colonized the country, where some indigenous technology already existed with regards to wheat rice and dry rice agriculture. The use of technology was also evident in the handicrafts, pottery, weaving, metalware, and boats used by ancient Filipinos. The natives were already aware of the medicinal properties of plants and the methods of extracting medicine from herbs. In the Spanish colonial period, during the early years of Spanish rule in the Philippines, parish schools were established where religion, reading, writing, architecture, and music taught. The study of medicine and pharmacy was given priority, and in 1871, the School of Medicine and Pharmacy opened after University of Santo Tomas. It's also contributed to the field of engineering in the island by constructing government buildings, churches, road, bridges, and forts. The Jesuits promoted meteorological studies and founded in Manila Observatory at the Ateneo Municipality, Manila in 1865. American period and post-Commonwealth era. The Philippine Commission established the Bureau of Government Laboratories on October 26, 1905. The Bureau of Government Laboratories was replaced by the Bureau of Science. On December 8, 1933, the National Research Council of the Philippines was recognized. The Bureau of Science became the primary research center in the Philippines in the World War II. Science during American period was inclined towards agriculture, food processing, forestry, medicine, and pharmacy. Then in the 1946, the Bureau of Science was replaced by Institute of Science in 1958 during the regime of President Carlos P. Garcia. The Philippine Congress passed the Science Act of 1958, which established the National Science Development Board. Marcos era and martial law. Marcos declared that the advancement of science and technology shall have priority in national development. In 1967, he declared that science was necessary for the developmental programs, and thus the RIC did the development of education to revitalize the science courses in the public high school. Seminars were also conducted for public and private high school and college science teachers. Training programs and scholarships were awarded to graduate and undergraduate science scholars. Marcos assisted 107 institutions in undertaking energy work by sending scientists and engineers, doctors, and technicians to study nuclear science and technology abroad. In 1972, the Pag-asa under the Department of National Defense. Its function was to provide environmental protection and to utilize scientific knowledge to ensure the safety of the Philippines. Corazon Aquino's presidency, or the Fifth Republic. The National Science and Technology Authority was replaced by the Department of Science and Technology, giving the Department of Representation in the Cabinet. She didn't encourage scientists and investors to bring the Philippines to its former position, as second to Japan in science and technology. RA 6655, or the Free Public Secondary Education Act of 1988, opened for free education at the secondary level. President Fidel V. Ramos. There was a significant increase in personnel specializing in science and technology in 1988. The Philippines was estimated to have around 3,000 competent scientists and engineers. On 1998, a President Task Force was formed to deal with the overall problems confronting research and development and science and technology development in the country. President Ramos believes that science and technology was one of the means wherein the Philippines could attain the status of new industrialized country. The Republic Act number 8293 was also enacted, which provide industrial property rights, copyright and related rights, and technology transfer arrangement. President Joseph Estrada term. Two major legislations that he assigned were the Philippine Air Act of 1999, which designed to protect and preserve the environment and ensure the sustainable development of its natural resources. He launched a full-scale program based on cost-effective irrigation technologies, announced health care, basic nutrition, and useful education for those who want but cannot afford it. Then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The science and technology sector of the Philippines was dubbed as the Golden Age of Science and Technology. Science, Technology and Institution, or the STI, developed further by strengthening the schools and educational systems such as the Philippine Science High School. RA 9367, or the Biofuels Act, promote the development and usage biofuels throughout the country. Drought-free rice was also highly encouraged to be used during her term. President Benigno C. Aquino, or the father of organic agriculture, because of his Organic Agriculture Act of 2010. The RE 10601 improves the agriculture and fishery sectors through mechanization. The Harmonies Agenda for Science and Technology was presented to President Aquino in 2014, and it included two crucial issues: inclusive growth and disaster risk reduction. RE number 19844, the Department of Information and Communication Technology will take charge of planning, developing, and promoting ICT development agenda. Science education in the Philippines. Science is important to everyone. School science education should support the development of science literacy in all students, as well as motivate them to pursue career in science, technology, and engineering. Science is useful because it is linked to technology and industry, which from a national perspective and areas to high priority for development. If developed, students inquiry in schools, values and attitude such as objectivity, curiosity, and honesty, and habits of a critical thinking. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you learned something new from the discussion.